Hi, I'm Seth, and I'll unbox pretty much anything, but by this point you probably already knew that. But if you didn't, make sure to subscribe to this channel for weekly unboxings, and also check out my main channel, which is all about sneakers, which is linked in the description below. As always, all the products featured in today's video will be linked through affiliate links in the description below, so if you'd like to check out this product, make sure to click those links. But as you can tell by the title, and also just the wide angle lens that we're using today, we are actually unboxing something pretty special and something pretty different. And that thing is actually the cheapest 4K TV on Amazon. And now I have nowhere to sit. Great. Maybe I'll do the rest of the video like this. What's up, guys? We're just gonna get rid of the table for today. We're just gonna move this table because it's kind of getting in the way. Well, this is still kind of in the way. Is that any better? Is that? No, it's still in the way. If you guys want to check out my lighting setup, I've also got links to that in the description below. Make sure to click that link. Hit me with the affiliate commission. That'd be great. Thank you. Okay, so the lighting's changed a little bit, but what can you do? I've still got all those Pokemon cards from that Pokemon card unboxing. Okay, this is so much better. My legs aren't great because I'm squatting right now, but everything else is fine. So like I mentioned, this is the cheapest 4K TV available on Amazon, and it's actually one of the cheapest 4K TVs available in general. I bought this for $199 before shipping and tax, and I think after tax it came out to like $211, which to be honest, for a somewhat name brand 43-inch 4K LED TV is really not a bad price, and this is something that I don't think would have been available like 2 or 3 years ago. As you can probably tell, this is the Amazon Fire TV edition of this Toshiba TV, so it has all the smart features that come with your Amazon Fire Stick. You can watch Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and all that sort of good stuff on this TV because it is capable, and it also comes with a voice-activated smart remote, which I'm pretty excited to try. And surprisingly, for a $199 4K TV, that's some pretty good ratings on Amazon, so I've got some pretty high hopes for this TV. There we go. So obviously this is the Toshiba. I believe it's the Toshiba 43LF621U19. I don't expect you guys to remember that number, but think of it as the cheapest 4K Toshiba available. Inside the box, as you would expect, we've got some foam packing material and also the voice-activated remote right there, which is, I think, the part that I'm most excited about because I've never actually had a remote that's voice-activated. I've had the option with Verizon, but I just never wanted to spend the money on it. Or maybe, was it Comcast? I don't remember which service provider it was, but one of them offered a voice-activated remote. The Toshiba Amazon Fire remote, voice-activated, comes with a Prime Video, Netflix, HBO, and PlayStation View button. Weird choice of buttons. I get the Prime Video and the Netflix, but HBO and PlayStation View, not so much. It also doesn't have a number pad of any kind, so if you have like a cable box, I guess you'd be using your cable box's remote, but you can't really pick a channel number if you want. I guess you could talk into the remote. Who knows? We gotta try it. The next thing that you find inside the box are these feet, the TV feet, which feel kind of cheap and plasticky, but what can you expect? It's a $199 4K 43-inch TV. One thing that I have heard online is that some of these TVs came broken, and I think that's just the case whenever you get a TV shipped to you. Like sometimes someone kicks it in shipping and there's just nothing you can do about that. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the actual price point of the TV. I think that's just shipment error. I have nowhere to put this, actually. Shoot. Do I have to pull that table back out? So much for rearranging. Okay, let's pull out this TV. Am I supposed to do this sideways? I don't know. There we go. It's nice that they have cardboard on the front of it though, so it has more protection. So is that everything inside the box? Well, there's some instruction manuals and what looks like screws. So usually I'm not very careful with the stuff that I'm unboxing, but in this case, I really should be. So let's try and be really careful with this. Okay, so first impressions, very plasticky frame, not amazing. The back feels like it's metal, which is good, I guess, or at least some of the back, but it's also pretty thick. It's not the thinnest TV in the world. You know, it'll do. So let's throw on these feet really quick. Lay it down this way so I don't break it. Of course, you've got your instructions in a couple different languages. I tend to not use instructions, which is usually why I break things, but today we're gonna be careful. And try and use the right screws. 35mm length. Okay, so right off the bat, the instructions help me figure out exactly where these screws go. Okay, I need a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back with the screws and the screwdriver. I guess I should peel the plastic off the legs first. Like so. I always wonder what they meant by like so. The nice thing about the legs is that they actually tell you which leg goes on which side. So this is the left one. So this one goes on this side. So this is the left one, so this goes on this side. Not the side that I was just trying to put it on. I'm not using the right screws. Oh my god. What the? Onto the other side. Okay, so we have got the feet on. Let's lift it up for the first time. And there we go. Please remove film before using. You got it. Let's do this. Glare on there. Still some glare, okay. That's annoying. So I tried to readjust the light so that there wouldn't be any glare on the TV, and obviously I can't do it. So this is the best it's gonna be, and unfortunately this side of the room is also gonna be a lot darker. Okay, so moment of truth, let's turn this guy on. So if by any chance you're wondering about battery installation, there you go. 1, I think, yeah. 2, the plastic has officially been peeled off the remote. It's time to test this thing. Ah, there we go. It works. That's great. I was like genuinely worried. It would have been a bummer of a video if it didn't work. Okay, so I think that's just the text, but that's not the sharpest text I've ever seen. I think that's just because it's like the setup menu and it's just not full res maybe.
Welcome to your new TV. Fire TV Edition is a smart TV that seamlessly integrates your favorite streaming content and live TV broadcasts on one home screen. And you can control it all with just your voice using the voice remote with Alexa. With the Fire TV experience built in, you can enjoy access to tens of thousands of channels, apps, and Alexa skills.
Wow, this went on for a minute, huh? So the inputs that you get on this TV, I was actually going to show you on the side, and I probably still will, but they're showing me on the screen right now, so I figured this would be easier. We've got 3 different HDMI inputs. We've got an antenna input and a composite input. And I'm assuming with the media player you might get like a USB port or something like that, but that would be my guess. We'll have to check in the back. But before we do that, let's plug in the PlayStation 4 Pro and see how well it handles ProRes. Or just 4K, I guess, I don't know. So it looks like all the HDMI ports are on the right side. There is a USB port back here. Let's plug it into HDMI 1. No input signal detected. There we go. I just turned off my PlayStation wrong. That was the problem. So I'm pretty hyped on this because I actually think it looks really, really good on this TV. And I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So why don't we throw this on and see how it looks? Because genuinely I think this might be the best looking game of, I guess, last year. It's not really as recent as something like Red Dead, but I've been playing this game a lot more, so that's what we're gonna check out. The actual sharpness of the TV is okay. It's not like amazing. It's decent. It's, you know, a low-end 4K TV, so you get what you pay for. Should have picked a game that takes less time to load. Let me bump this volume too to see how loud this boy can go. Not bad. There is definitely some distortion when you go all the way up, and it's pretty noticeable. It's not terrible. It's actually better speakers than I expected, but the distortion is definitely there. The dark and the blacks aren't great. They do get a little bit muddy. It's really not bad. I mean, I have heard that there are some inconsistencies when it comes to image quality, when it comes to how long the TV actually lasts, but that's something that unfortunately we're not gonna be able to check because we just don't have 2 TVs. Okay, so the colors do seem slightly oversaturated. I will say that. I mean, the sharpness is great. It does look really, really good, but they do seem pretty heavily oversaturated. Here, let me go to a different part of the city. Let's go to Athens, yo! Say what's up to Pythagoras, or whoever. Here, actually, while this is loading, let me check some of the settings. See if I can change things up. Movie, dynamic. Let's try game, because we're playing a game. We'll see how that looks. I'm gonna be honest with you. As of right now on this loading menu, it looks pretty similar. Everything seems a lot more orange than it does in my Vizio 4K downstairs. And like when you get up close to things, the textures aren't great, but I can't tell if that's from the TV or if that's from the game. It's probably from the game, let's be honest. Let me check the settings of this game really quick. Whoa. That changed a lot when I turned off HDR. Oh man. I actually think that made it a lot better. Now it's got a little bit more of a reddish hue to it, but it seems truer to what I'm seeing downstairs. And I have HDR turned on downstairs as well. It's a pretty decent looking TV, it really is. I shouldn't have jumped that far. I am okay. Let me go back to the actual PlayStation 4 menu and see if it is in true 4K resolution. I'm not gonna lie, it looks good. It really looks good. You don't want to get too close to it because then you see some like pixel breakdown a little bit, but it's really not bad. For 200 bucks, this is not bad at all. Oh, can't see. There we go. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm getting too sucked into this. So really quick, I'm going to connect this to my Wi-Fi network so we can actually watch some video and see how streaming looks on this TV. Okay, a couple things. First of all, I signed into my Amazon account on this TV, and I've got voice controls working. The second thing was I realized the light over there was actually completely just blowing out this TV, and it probably looked really bad on camera, so all that video game footage, just disregard it. It looked fine. Hey Alexa, play the Grand Tour in 4K.
Getting the Grand Tour from Prime Video.
It's easy for it because the Grand Tour is like one of their main shows, so it knows exactly what you're asking for. It looks good. It's a good looking TV. For 200 bucks, you do a lot worse. There we go. Took a while for it to pause. So final verdict on the Toshiba 43-inch 4K TV with Amazon Fire TV capabilities. For 200 bucks or $199 on Amazon, it's really not a bad TV to grab. Now there are obviously downsides with it. First of all, the picture quality isn't incredible. It is 4K, but it's definitely low-end 4K. The color accuracy isn't great. Things seem slightly washed out, and things can seem a little bit more grainy or jagged than they should. However, setup of this TV was very easy. Putting the feed on and also setting it up and syncing it with my Wi-Fi was super easy to do. The voice remote works well. It's it's exactly what you'd expect from a voice remote. It's fine. It doesn't recognize everything, but it recognizes pretty much anything on Amazon Prime, as you would expect. The input selection on this TV is pretty solid. You've got one USB, 3 HDMIs, one coax, and then one, I think, component. And so altogether, it's not the best, not the worst, but again, it's a budget TV. The actual build quality of this TV is definitely cheap. It's a completely plastic build, and the speakers aren't amazing. They're better than I expected, but they do get blown out pretty easily. But overall, if you're looking for a secondary TV for a bedroom, or you just don't want to spend the money on a really expensive TV, this is not a bad way to go. You do get what you pay for, but it isn't a bad value. But that pretty much wraps up the video for today. I would love to know your thoughts on this Amazon Fire enabled Toshiba 43-inch 4K TV and whether it's something you consider picking up, so let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.